Alright, hello everyone. My name is deschain33, and today I will be doing Leon A's standard no knife category. So time will start when I skip the second cutscene. I'm in charge of the time, so I'll obviously just start it at that time. So this category, by its name, not allowed to use a knife as an offensive item. I'm going to state that right now. Specifically, offensive item. We're allowed to use the knives as a defensive item. Alright, so first up, we're in the gas station. This is kind of like a very easy spot. Kind of just run through. The top runners do spend a lot of time in the gas station. So Resident Evil will work with a few small movements that we'll use. Some of those is quick turns. For example, like that. Double and triple mashing to be able to pick up items. We also pick up items a bit to the side rather than straight on, because Leon will pick them up faster, and so will Claire. There's Claire, and then you don't get to see her for a while. Alright, so as you can see in my top right corner, I have a frame counter. The reason for that, it doesn't really count that, it doesn't really matter that much in this category, but the knife on higher frame rates is very powerful. And so to be able to make it fair for all the community, we capped it at 60 and 120 FPS. Coming up here, you're going to see me do something called Stair Skating. It's a certain rhythm and an animation cancel that allows us to go up the stairs a bit faster. You'll see a lot of that throughout the run. So coming up, we're going to go into RPD 1. This zombie likes to troll me sometimes, so I'm going to take a safer line. Perfect. I'm going to go behind this zombie because he also likes to troll. You can go on his right side, but sometimes he'll bite you. Alright. So coming up, we're going to go into this door. Now, what we have to do is we have to go meet someone named Elliot. Elliot, you know, good cop, nice guy. However, Leon seems to have some bad luck in this game, in that everyone he meets kind of just seems to die. He met Marvin, or he'll meet Marvin. Marvin dies. He meets Elliot. Well, you know, we're not gonna watch this cutscene, but Elliot dies. Now, here, even though it's probably not fast or RTA, it's better IGT. I'm going to pause, because this is a real-time trigger for that zombie. Next, to get past, there's two zombies that are going to show up here. On Claire, you run through, but on Leon, you hug this wall, and you can just run right past them. Alright. So, we are given the knife, which we're not allowed to use offensively, but I am allowed to use defensively as per the rule sets. And that's going to be very important, which will explain why I'm keeping a knife on me. For safety, since this is a marathon, I'm going to pick up this ammo pack. Usually if you're going for a PB, you wouldn't pick up that one. You'd only pick up... there's only 4 packs that we would usually pick up. I'm going to hug this wall closely. There's a dead body hanging there, and if you don't hug the wall, as I did, you'll run into him and he'll drop to the ground. Alright, so coming up is one of the biggest early game reset points, besides the gas station. So, we're going up to the 3rd floor. And this zombie, he likes to troll. But, you know, thankfully, the second shot took care of him. I'm gonna pick up this ammo. And the spade key. Alright, Alright, and now we're going to go through the library. Here's another big reset point. This female zombie in here, right there. Her name is Eleanor. Eleanor likes to troll people. As you can see, she's walking towards where I'm going to drop down. And that's not good. So hopefully she turns away. So I'm going to try to do this to see if she'll flick away. She didn't, so I'm going to have to shoot her. But she does like to troll people and bite you and get in your way. So next I'm going to pick up a medallion. These are always the same. This one is lion, leaf, bird. Next up, we got to go see Claire one more time. So basically, going through the library skips that one cutscene down there where Marvin will show you that Claire has arrived at the police station. Alright, I'm going to look to the side here, propel myself forward a little bit. Okay, so something that I forgot to talk about right at the beginning. Desert Eagle mentioned this. Give me a second. Okay, that's an annoying menu. So he mentioned this in Resident Evil 6 that there's something called DA, which stands for Difficulty Adjustment. Resident Evil 2 Remake has that as well. And so you'll see me do... I'll take, for this one, particularly this category, I'll take specific bites. That's not a specific bite. I'm just going to take this bite. So that's Callahan. He likes to do stuff like that and get in your way. Well, you know what? That's actually not that bad. That'll be helpful for lowering my DA. So I have to take one less bite later on. So we're gonna pick up the valve and the fuse, and now we're gonna make our way to get the detonator. So yeah, so difficulty adjustment. This run, since you're not allowed to use a knife, you have to pick up the flamethrower, and that is 400 difficulty adjustment, and that's a lot because the higher your difficulty adjustment, the less damage you'll do. And that's not good. So we try to take some damage so that our difficulty adjustment stays as low as possible. Alright, this hallway is a bit weird. That guy's usually free. Alright, so this is Bagels. He's in the way. So I'm going to shoot him. Alright, another really difficult part of this game, okay, that worked, is discarding. Discarding really stumps some people, because sometimes it will drop your input, or you'll go into, like, the examine menu. Alright, this is free, thankfully. Sometimes there's a zombie that can show up there as well. So yeah, so discarding is difficult. Some of the menus are weird. The menu, having things where you want them is very important in this game. So usually you want to have your key items within 1 or 2 inputs of the top left corner. This allows you to access them quickly. Alright, here's everyone's favorite enemies, Lickers. Say hi. This is Randy. Hopefully Randy behaves today, but, you know, sometimes he just doesn't like to behave. I'm going to look at him. That kind of de-aggroes the Lickers a little bit and makes them less susceptible to attacking us. Alright, Randy behaved. That's good. Alright, this is fish, scorpion, water. Actually, a pretty good puzzle. So, right, so those are always, that's bad. So sometimes he'll go to the right and you can just walk past him, but if he turns to the left, you have to shoot him. He's gonna bite me, I think. Yeah. You know what? Not bad. Leon's in caution goes the same speed. I'm gonna have to pick up a green herb later on, but that's alright. I feel like I forgot to pick up a handgun ammo drop, but that doesn't seem right. Alright. Oh well. G1 might go a bit, that's wrong. G1 might go a bit weird, but that's alright. Oh, I know where I forgot to pick it up. You know what? I'm going to take a detour to go pick up an ammo. No, don't do it. I'm going to take the detour to go pick up that ammo pack because I kind of need it. So... And, you know what? There's oh, I can't pick up the green herb. Actually... Yeah, I can. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I can pick up a green herb here. We're good. Slight detour. That's alright. I forgot to pick up this ammo pack. I need that ammo, and we're gonna pick up a green herb and heal. Alright. You know what? That's good. Small brain fart. I run a lot of categories, so sometimes I forget exactly what I need to do for which category. But you know what? That's still a really good RPD, even though we got bit twice. Generally, when you're starting to learn this game, you want to go for like a sub 10 minute IGT RPD, and we got sub 10 minute real time, so that's pretty decent. So this is the hardest fight, in my opinion, anyways. The hardest fight in No Knife. G1, usually on 120 FPS, you use the knife, he dies in 16, 17 slashes. We have to use all of this ammo that we picked up. And we have a lot of ammo. Alright, so hopefully this goes well. So we're going to try to stun him 3 times by shooting him in the head. That didn't work. He went away. Alright, cool. He's transforming. Please drop. Thank you. Oh, I had full ammo. Okay, this is not going the best, but that's alright. I'm gonna run away so he doesn't grab me. There we go. Alright, and that's G1. It could have gone better, but I'll take any non-grab from G1 any day. So for the marathon, I'm going to pick up the pouch coming up here to give an extra 2 inventory slots. That's so I can pick up a healing item later, just for safety. Because usually your inventory is really full. And so it's kind of hard to have safety heals when you need them, just in case something goes wrong. And it's not too far out of the way, it's just in this locker right here. Alright, and now everyone's favorite character, we just watched a lot of her. We just watched a lot of her earlier. She's coming back up. I just gotta go touch this trigger over here. And there's the mysterious woman. There's Ada.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you.
So the storyline for this, for those who don't know, Leon's a rookie cop. He missed his first day on the job. And now there's zombies everywhere. And Ada here is pretending to be an FBI agent. We all know she's not, but she's saying she's an FBI agent. And Leon, he's kind of naive. Like they said earlier, Leon doesn't really have much going on. He believes her. Also, that was Ben. Ben was the reporter that had information on Umbrella. Ben is also dead. You know, rip Ben. So on that staircase, you saw that I didn't do a stair skate. So those is something that not a lot of people recognize. That one and this staircase coming up right here are actually ramps, and so you can just run up them rather than stair skating. You can just run up it. See how his movement speed never changes when he runs up it. All right, here's the first of the electronic puzzles, and now I gotta go turn the power on. This puzzle is very easy. It's the last 2. I do a little stair skate here to propel myself into the trigger. and a little quick turn here. This dog is free as long as you follow a specific line. So I'm going to quick turn and do a slow turn. And then that dog's not going to bite me. Same thing with this dog coming up right here. He's going to break through there. I'm going to run here and then just do a quick turn like that. And he's going to miss. This dog coming up though, hopefully he doesn't bite me. He might though. There it is. And that's why dogs aren't free. That's right. I've got a green herb coming up that I can pick up. So yeah, so Leon runs the same speed and caution, but he stair skates differently. And so you still lose time to caution. Okay, and now this is another really heavy reset point in Leon runs. This is green hallway. I'm hoping that this pulls off right. Let's see. Alright, and I'm going to take the bite anyways. Alright. So that shouldn't have dropped me into danger. It thankfully didn't drop me into danger. So there's not too much of a time loss to do. And I lowered my DA enough that I should be good. I'm going to pick up this green herb here. I'm still in caution, but it's better to have high caution than low caution, because then a bite won't put you into danger. And you don't want to go into danger. Danger, you run very, very slowly. So that movement that I did there is to try to get past those zombies. As you saw, that one zombie lunged at me, so I had to do a bit of a quick turn situation to get by him. And that'll happen sometimes. Alright. Next up is a really cool movement. Pull that lever, and I can also run right past those guys. On the way out, I'm going to shoot that zombie, whose name is Misty. I'm going to pause buffer, because that zombie can be right in front of the door, and you can aim out of a pause screen, because the right-click button also cancels the... also exits screens. And so you can actually set up a decent way to make sure you don't get hit by that guy. Alright, I gotta discard this crank. Okay, now is everyone's favorite man.
Jesus Christ.
And we're just gonna run past him. Mr. X, scary on a casual playthrough, not so scary in a speedrun. He can still be in the way. But thankfully, he's kind of easy to get past. I'm going to pick up this flashbang. That's going to be useful later on. Alright, and then for safety's sakes, I'm going to pick up that first aid spray. Just in case. Alright, so I'm going to shoot the liquor. The reason that we shoot the liquor is because that liquor, when you're in this room, will think that you're on the other side of the area, and so he'll just leave, and you won't have to deal with him later. Hopefully. Cool. And let's see, is Mr. X there? Yeah, he is. Hi. Oh, I'm gonna get grabbed. Yep. I did the quick turn wrong, but that's okay. We can just run past him now. So, I waited too long after doing the quick turn back to run past him, and so that's why I got grabbed there. There's a safer way to do that. You can just aim at him and he'll do a punch again. Alright, so that, if I did that right, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't want to work. That's the library minute. If it worked, it means that those zombies that are in here will leave us alone while we move these. Looks like it worked. 'Cause I don't hear them. Good. Yeah, it worked. That's good. Perfect. And yeah, Mr. X, you can shoot his hat off, but he doesn't like that. He gets very mad and he moves faster. Alright, and this is the clock tower. Not much going on here. This room has some weird geometry. So sometimes you get stuck on things. And sometimes you'll fail like a quick turn, like that. Alright, I should probably put Leon out of caution. Let's do that. We'll take Leon out of caution. It was probably a little bit of time loss just having him in caution so long, but... Alright, so now that we have both the electronic parts, we can go... Alright, we're gonna go through... What? Okay. Whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know, lowers the DA. Usually that's free. You can, but I think I got too close to him. What you do is you pause buffer in that door to make sure that that zombie doesn't bite you. This is gonna hurt. Oh no, it worked. Perfect. Ah, okay. RPD, you're scary sometimes. You know. We're gonna grab this extra ammo. It raises the DA a bit. Probably negates how much that bite was, but and you would never usually do that in a run either. You kind of run on like the bare minimum for runs. But Green Hallway 2 kind of sucks. Okay, cool. Elliot's free. We gotta get past this guy. Thank you. That guy's free. All right. Wow. Exiting Green Hallway was kind of good this time. When I was practicing earlier today, I had issues just getting out of Green Hallway. Alright, and now we've got to see dogs again. Oh, there's none here. That's good. But the next room is full of dogs. So I'm going to take a specific line. I'm going to run near that police car around this one into here. And that should usually make it so the dogs don't bite you. There we go. They can bite you through that door. Like, you can be completely through the door, but if you jump before, sometimes the hitbox will hit you. And it's kind of annoying. Alright, now this puzzle... kind of annoying sometimes, but it's not that bad. Nope, I made a mistake. That's alright. That's alright. Trying to go too fast. Alright. So now we're leaving the prison. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot this zombie. I'm gonna throw a flashbang. And I have to make sure that I'm past that pillar before I throw the flashbang. If we don't do that, Mr. X hasn't spawned yet and he won't get flashed. And here we go, Ada's back. Hi, Ada. Nice to see you again. I'm gonna re-equip the knife as my defensive item. Because if I lose these grenades, if I lose the hand grenade, I know where there's some spare ones. And the flashbang, same thing. Like, there's some spare ones right now if you lose them. But it's much easier to just lose a knife in this category as a defensive item, because, you know, you can't use it as an offensive, so there's no point having it besides in case a zombie grabs you.
Well, what exactly are you looking for?
So, leaving the RPD, I go to the right of that armored vehicle over there. That one. And it forces Ada into her running animation a little bit quicker, and so she gets to the end of the road quicker, and so we can get through Kendo's shop. And that's Kendo, and Kendo's gone. They fleshed out Kendo's character a lot more than the original, which I'll admit, I've never really played the original yet. I've been meaning to.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
So, but I know in the original, from watching a few runs, that Kendo kind of just shows up, says hi, and then dies.
Based on what you've said, the sewer seems fitting. Gee, thanks. Can't imagine a real scientist being down here. Come on.
So this section is kind of a snore fest. You're running through the sewers, or the entrance to the sewers. We get to see our little friend over there, very briefly.
What the hell?
And this section, very easy usually, but I will admit that I've died
Again?
to this enemy on a run before.
No chance. You're stuck with me to the end.
But all you have to do is do left, right, left.
Holy shit!
And you know, they included the crocodile. I'm happy about that. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to Mr. Crocodile. And I need to pick up this hand grenade.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
Come on, Ada. Thank you.
Leon, up here.
What the hell was...
Just get up here.
Alright, now I'm hoping to get this to work. That doesn't actually save any time. It's just funny to do.
Warn you.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Because you have to wait for Ada to walk over here anyways. You know, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot a bullet. 12 should be more than enough to start the sewers out with. And so now we just get a bit of the storyline. Umbrella's creating viruses that they're selling so that people can make super soldiers.
Umbrella sells monsters like that to who?
Ada is still claiming to be
Somebody else's?
a member of the FBI trying to stop Umbrella.
Viruses that make them. And the net is who makes the viruses.
And we're searching after Annette Birkin, William Birkin's wife. And this is Annette right here. We're not going to see her because it's faster RTA. Or, I mean, it's faster in general just to skip.
You can run.
And now this is the Ada section. And we get a piece of equipment that I'm fairly certain would not have existed in 1998 when the game is set. But they want us to believe that it did. So I'm going to go a bit to the left here to like the last possible place I can see this fan. So that I can just immediately start running afterwards. The Ada section's not that interesting, but it's a bit, at least it's a bit better than the Sherry section. Okay, I'm going to go for this line. It depends on how fast you get down the stairs. Alright, that looked good. Yep, perfect. Alright, so yeah, so talking with other runners, they say that it depends on how fast you go down that stairs, whether or not that zombie's going to bite you or not. And on the way back, there's a line that you can do that I've never learned. So I'm just gonna miss no, Ada, get gone. I'm gonna miss horribly. But that's still faster than getting bit. Even though a bite as Ada doesn't really matter.
Got always been good at running.
And that's Mr. X. He's back. We say hi to Mr. X. And then we say goodbye again. So shooting that lowers your DA. Each missed shot is 10 DA lowered. So we usually just empty our gun here because we don't have to. You don't have to act as Ada anymore. And next is the furnace section. So I'm gonna flip that one, turn, flip this. I'm mashing the mouse button instead of holding. And that makes it go a bit faster. Alright, that was pretty decent. So, at the end there, you can move the mouse to flick both of them kind of at the same time. And so once you break the one generator, you can flick over to the switch that allows you to get to the second generator. And then that's the Ada section. Annette's not happy with Ada, so she hits her with a crane. And so now we gotta go find where Ada went.
Ada, where are you? That's a pleasant smell.
Alright, so this zombie right here, he's free. We can just run past him. This one, though, I'm going to try to shoot in the head and not miss this time. Yes, perfect. I have a habit, so sometimes it may look like you hit them in the head, but you hit them in the back of the neck. And it doesn't stun them, always, if you hit them in the back of the neck. This is the first introduction to everyone's favorite enemy in this game. I've said that a lot, but this is actually the most sarcastic favorite enemy, the G-Adults. They're big creatures. They grab you. They have weird hitboxes on their grabs. And if you don't use a defensive item, you get poisoned, which makes you run very slowly. I'm not entirely sure if it does any damage, though, but you do run very slowly. Alright, 10 bullets should be enough. Alright, so now we gotta pick up that tool, and we get to start the actual sewer section. Alright, cool. So this zombie is free. I'm gonna go that way. Alright. I'm gonna open this gate. I'm gonna bait this zombie out. Climb down. Please, thank you. We're gonna shoot his leg out. So the reason that I did that is because he's gonna fall into the water. And when he falls into the water, it's gonna kill him. I'm gonna grab this blue herb just in case for later. So that zombie, when they go into the water, if they fall like prone, they're gonna try to stand up. But because he only has the one leg, he can't stand up, and it will just kill him. And pick up another pouch. And I'm going to pick up the first of 3 plugs that I have to pick up. The rook plug. I'm also going to pick up this handgun ammo right here. Alright, so I'm going to drop down, shoot that G-Adult, and so now it's easier. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting line that I'm going to do. I'm going to run through, and then just climb up here, and I should be able to just get through. So I'm now going to go get the Queen and King plug, and I'm also going to pick up the flamethrower, which is going to be our main weapon for the rest of the run. For bosses. Well, for the next 2 bosses anyways. It's going to be our main weapon since we're not able to use the knife.
Oh my god, this is getting worse.
So this line is kind of precise. Perfect. That's the only reason I picked up that blue herb. So, usually on 120, what you can do is you can turn that corner and shoot the 1 G-Adult. I learned this game on 60 FPS because my graphics card couldn't handle anything higher originally. And that shot doesn't really work on 60. So, I had to do something different, and I learned that line from a multiple world record holder, Lucy Lover, who calls it the Crazy Gaming Days line, because that's where he learned that line from, who is another, they're very good RE speedrunners. Oh, cool. Critical. That's nice. Alright, so now we have the flamethrower. This room is kind of, as you can see, a lot of movement based. A lot of quick turns, stair skates, menu mashing. So it's nice to practice that room sometimes. Alright, what is the RNG for this one? Okay, please, I wanted to scream. Scream? Nope. Alright, he didn't want to scream. That's alright. If they scream, it means they're going to spit out G embryos, and you can just pass them on the right side. But since he didn't scream, since I didn't hear a scream, I had to do that quick turn dodge. There's a shot you can do here. Please get down, Leon. Come on, thank you. There's a shot you can do there that will stun that G-Adult. It requires being able to aim. Which is not something I'm really great at, and something I would never really try in a marathon setting either. Alright, so now I'm going to look and see... Alright, I don't see that zombie, so I'm going to have to be careful here, because he's right there, so I'm going to have to shoot him. So if you don't see the zombie standing over there by the water, chances are he's on the staircase, which is why I took it a bit slower and safer. Now this puzzle is just queen, king, rook, little mistake on the menu, knight, bishop. Alright, and coming up is G2. Small mistake on the input as well. So I throw that grenade as he passes through that line. And then when he does a little stomp, I'm going to burn through the shutter. And that will do damage to him while we're going through the shutter. I should get iframes here. Perfect. Alright, so G2 is kind of a gimmick boss in that you have to get him below 50% health. You have to get him below 50% health, and then hit him with the crane. So, once he's below 50, I like to go all the way out there. And then, so make sure that he won't accidentally grab, or that he won't get me. Because sometimes he can grab you. And that's no good.
Let's hope that's the last one.
You know, you don't want to get grabbed. Especially when the crane's on its way back. If you get grabbed by G2 right there, you kind of just die.
Cable car will take us down to West.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
Anyway, we're almost there.
Alright, and now we're entering the final section of the game. Let's see, can I get through Ada? Oh, good. So if you don't do a specific movement there, Ada will block you when you're trying to get into the tram. I'm gonna shoot one more there. Alright. Okay, so next up, you're going to see a small deviation from if you've watched any other runner do this. And this is another marathon safe strat. So there's a section in labs that we like to call lab lickers. And this section can kind of be RNG based on where the zombie positions are. And so there's a safe strat to do. The downside to the safe strat is it raises your DA by a lot, which will make a fight coming up a bit harder. But I'm going to pick up this hand grenade here. And I'm also going to pick up this flame refuel. And the reason for that is I'm going to take care of the issue of extra zombies. So this zombie here, his name's Curtis, after a world record holder who had a run go bad with him. And we also need to pick up this. During a practice the other day, I forgot to pick up that valve and didn't notice until... Okay, you know what? Just bite me. I'll take that. You know what? That's good. That actually may not look good because, you know, bites are slow and that was a front bite, which was even slower. But that's good for my DA. I was starting to get worried about my DA. I picked up a lot of items. Don't know if I forgot to mention, or if I remember to mention, but picking up items themselves raises your DA. For example, a hand grenade is like 80 or 120, I forget which. A flashbang's 40. And so so it just raises your difficulty a lot. I am gonna put myself into fine, however. There's a green herb coming up that I can grab. And I'll even mix up the blue herb, just so that I can get out of my inventory. Even though that would be a bit slower too, because mixing herbs is slow. Alright, and this puzzle is 3123 and 2067. And you'll also notice the numbers are the symbols on the keypad are the reverse of the button of the number, so every empty space is filled in, which is a kind of interesting to look at. And now here's a quote-unquote water puzzle. This one on A scenario, which is the one we're doing, is red, green, blue.
Adjust amount of solution to match cartridge.
Red, green, blue, red, green. That was a bit slower. But now we just wait for that to go in. And then we get up to our lab liquor section. But first we get to meet an enemy. Another enemy that kills lots of runs. These are the Ivies. Oh, you're close. Please don't be close. Thank you. Now, Ivies are the reason that I have this knife equipped almost all the time for defensive. If an Ivy grabs you and you don't have a defensive item equipped, you die. It is a one-hit kill. Alright, so we're going to do our safety strat, throw a hand grenade, kill all those zombies. Oh wait, equip the flashbang. So this is a bit awkward too. There's a zombie that falls right there. So you gotta hang close to the banister. Sometimes these zombies don't respond to single headshots. Okay, he's down too. That went better than I was hoping for. That's good. Yeah, one-hit kills, no fun. Alright, so I'm going to shoot the vent here, and then throw a flashbang grenade. So the reason for that is that lickers, when they're on the ceiling and they fall, they get stunned for longer than if you had just thrown a flashbang. And so we want to do that. We want them to be stunned as long as possible so that we can get through here. Behaving. Okay, perfect. I'm going to look at them again like we did with Randy. Okay, that's perfect.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee. You have 5 new messages.
Who left the freezer?
Alright, so the reason for all this is we're getting a herbicide to kill this plant. I forget the name, which plant it is in this game. But we want to get this herbicide to kill that plant, because it has stuck a researcher to a pane of glass, and we need the keycard that the researcher has. So we're going to throw a flashbang grenade, stun those lickers again, and we're going to look at them. Please let me through. Thank you. Alright, so you saw me do those quick turns. That's a way to dodge lickers. I've only learned that after watching a bunch of knife-only runners. No. Cool. So that's stressful on no-knife runs. If that happened in like a new game run, you would just walk up behind the ivy and slash him, because the knife will go through him and hit one of the bulbs. But we can't do that. That counts as doing damage with the knife, so... Can't use the knife as offensive. Gotta figure something out.
Your actions have been logged, and you may be subject to disciplinary measures.
Alright. So now we're coming up to another room that kills a lot of runs, which I feel like I've been saying that a lot. There's a lot of rooms that kill runs. Cool, nice shot. Alright, that's good. Managed to get through that ivy section pretty decently. Alright, coming up is G3. And G3 is a bit of a pain usually. He should be okay. My DA should be pretty decent. I think a lot of bites. So I should hopefully be able to one cycle him. And when I say one cycle in this case, it's because almost had a brain fart there because it dropped an input. When he goes to his phase 2, he grabs a big... you'll be able to see them when I run by here. In fact, how many rooms there are here. So he'll be able to grab one of those big panels down there and throw them, and you can't kill him while he's doing that. He has invincibility frames until he drops them. And, you know, we want to kill him as fast as possible. Alright, we have the G sample. Now we gotta go find Ada. But, G3 doesn't want us to do that. So, here we go. So, the plan is to set up a specific line of movements. I'm gonna force him to jump back. And then I'm gonna start moving as soon as he starts moving towards me. He's gonna jab. I'm gonna move forward, force him to jump back again, and then when he starts moving towards me again, I'm gonna move back, and he'll do another jab. So that's perfect. I'm gonna keep moving backwards, grab this fuel. This should force him to go back. Perfect. I'm gonna run towards him. He'll do one of those, and I can do this, and just keep burning him down. This may or may not one cycle, not entirely sure. It'll be close. Ah, we got him. Perfect. Perfect. The DA was just right then. So, Annette's dying. Bye, Annette. And one thing that can kill your run of no knife, if you forget it, which I did the other day, picking up that hand grenade. Alright, we're gonna do this to lower DA a bit. It doesn't really lower all that much DA, but we're done with the flamethrower. Hey, G Mundy. Welcome on in. Alright. I'm gonna grab this first aid spray as a backup, just in case I get hit during the final fight, because we don't want to die. Dying's a lot of time loss. And we don't want time loss, so we're gonna pick up first aid spray just in case. DA doesn't really matter at this point, because for Leon, the final boss is on a timer. And the reason we want the hand grenades and the flashbang is because each stagger will lower that timer. Alright, so that hopefully worked. That's a manip for these Ivies. Yep, that worked. And are you manipped? Perfect. Alright, so that shot manips the Ivy so they don't grab you. And yeah, this is some banger music at the end of the game. Come on, Leon. That's such a long ladder. Alright. Alright, perfect. I want to have my hand grenade equipped. I hope X is not going to give it to us. We've taken all the precautions so that X does not do that. And the final thing we need to do is pick up that joint plug. And here comes the final boss of the Leon campaign. And I'm going to immediately start by throwing a grenade. Staggering him once, waiting for him to stand back up, throw another grenade. We do not want to have the knife equipped, please and thank you. And throw another grenade. Yeah, you thought you were going to hit me, no. And now I just stand to his weak side. And he'll only do 2 moves, and we can just keep tangling with him. And this is why I like Leon's final boss versus Claire's. Claire's final boss requires actual skill. Well, actually, this boss requires skill too, but like, Claire's boss requires you to actually shoot and aim and do things properly, and I can't do that, so... So Ada should be dropping us the rocket launcher any minute now. I think it's still Ada. There it is. So I'm going to do this. That was close. And bye-bye.
You have arrived at the bottom level.
And, that's Leon A. No Knife. Time stops as soon as I hit this cutscene. There we go. And, I think that's actually a PB for me. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember what my time is. I think my time's 56 something. But, thank you for, coming by and watching Leon A. No Knife, and for being here on this marathon stream, raising money to feed the kids. I run a bunch of different categories for this. I'm going back onto a grind for Claire A Standard 120 to try to get sub 50. I have over 1 minute and 40 seconds to save. And enjoy. We have Resident Evil coming up. And currently we're still doing the Jill versus Chris, so it can swing either way.